Hello my gorgeous angels, welcome back to my channel. I hope you're doing so well today. And if you're new here, as always, hello, I'm Liv. How the hell are you? So, welcome back to another episode of Therapy Thursdays. This time it's all about my favourite subject in the world, adulting. James, roll the intro, boo. I never know what to do when after I say well the intro. I never know if I have to start the video immediately or if I can just do a bit of dancing. Like when you're watching this, you could probably see this right now, but when I'm recording this, I've got to think, okay, well the intro goes there and then support, it's just, anyway, hello. Right, let's get right into it. As always, I asked you guys either on Instagram, which is just my same as here, selfloveliv, and questions on adulting. Now this can range from moving out, money, cleaning, bills, anything you feel that you weren't taught in school. Because let's face it guys, we weren't taught much at school regarding adulting, like taxes, mortgages. I know nothing about taxes. I'm 26. I know a bit about Pythagoras theorem, which is a load of bull. I've got a calculator. Do you know what I mean? I don't need that anymore. Maths. I hate maths. Okay, first question. I'm a little notebook as always. When did you first become financially independent? Was it difficult? I'm gonna really level with you guys now. I am not financially independent as I want to be. I still not rely on, that's the wrong word. I still often need a bit of help every now and then because let's face it, being self-employed, you don't have like a regular income. You could go 1 month and be like, this is amazing, I can eat today, or you can go another month and you're like, I'm having noodles for the rest of my life. This is great. You never really know exactly what's coming in, and it's really kind of not stressful. Well, it is a little bit stressful, I'm not gonna lie, yeah. It's just a bit like unnerving because there are some months where I'm not gonna lie, it's been tough. But there've been months where it's been great and I've been really comfortable. On the months where I've been comfortable, I've not needed my mum and dad or James's help. But recently, with it to Christmas as well, I think everyone needs a little bit of help because Christmas is such an expensive time of year and you really feel the pressures of buying new stuff and, buying the best food, buying brand new clothes, buying, lots of fabulous decorations for your tree. It can be a really, really expensive time of year. And this is James' shirt, by the way. Do we approve? It can be really stressful money wise, I find, because last year I was working part-time, wasn't making much money at all. Our hours got cut down quite dramatically and I could barely afford to pay my rent. Luckily today, as in present day, things have changed a little bit. I got made redundant from my job in retail. I now work full-time on Instagram and YouTube, which is just really bizarre, really, like me, this mess. Yeah, anyway, I think, you need to realise that it's okay to need help sometimes with money because, it's not that easy to get a full-time job. You might be disabled, you might be mentally ill, you might not be able to work full-time hours, you might have kids. It's not as easy as people say, well, just get a full-time job. There's lots of complications around it. There's lots of issues to really dissect. And, whether you work part-time, whether you work full-time, whether you work nothing at all, whether you are a stay-at-home mum or you are, getting money from the social, it's really just, it's hard for everyone. I find money is such a taboo topic. I'm going to do another episode on money actually next week, so stay tuned for that, because I feel like money is such a unspoken topic and no one wants to dive into it. Obviously I'm not going to be revealing what fees, what I earn per month, because I've signed contracts, it's a whole thing, otherwise I would. But I feel like money is such an important topic, and I feel like it's not really spoken about enough. And especially if you're struggling with money, it's really hard, because I've been there, and it can be really embarrassing, daunting, scary, because you always think like, when's my next bill going to come? Am I going to be able to afford electricity? Am I going to be able to afford food? So yeah, it is hard. But I'll speak more about that next week. How do you know when it's the right time to move out of your family home? With me and James, I wasn't ready, like, financially or mentally at all. He was living in a flat with his roommate. Let's call him Steve. What's it called? Steve. Steve was great, but Steve said, Steve had a girlfriend, and Steve said, me and my girlfriend are going to move out. What are you going to do? Are you going to stay here? And James was like, James couldn't afford to live in that flat on his own. And James rang me up and he was like, we've got a bit of an issue. And I was like, oh my god, what's happened? Are you okay? He said, Steve is moving out. And I was like, oh god, okay. He was like, I don't know what to do. So I kind of spoke to my mum. She was like, I had some inheritance from a family member who sadly passed away a few years prior, and he left me enough money to be able for me to move out, pay the deposit and buy some new furniture. So we did. The first place we looked at was this one. Fell in love with it, absolutely adored it. When we first looked at it, it had yellow walls, and I was like, no. Luckily the landlord we have is lovely. He was like, do whatever you want, paint the walls, put stuff on the walls, just make sure it's not like, you know, uninhabitable for the next person who lives here. Fine, cool, we'll do. As for when it's the right time for you to move out, I think that comes from you. You might be in a position now where you're thinking, you know what, I'm kind of feeling my own place. I want my own space, I want my own area to be myself in. Or you might not be ready for a few years. It's completely up to you. Obviously, in my situation, I was kind of like thrown into being moved out. I am 26. In my head, I was like, okay, I'm 26 now, I've got to move out. But bear in mind that everyone is different. You might not move out till you're 30, and that's absolutely fine. If you're not ready to move out and you feel that you're just not financially ready, mentally ready, then there's no point moving out, because you'll find you'll just want to come home all the time and it's just not worth it. This made me laugh. Do you know how to write a check? I bloody do. Basically, now that grandma has, my grandma, I kept calling her grandma like she's your grandma as well, but she's all of our grandmas. Yeah. My grandma has arthritis and carpal tunnel in her hands. Her hands literally look like this all the time. So she can't pick up a pen anymore and write. So I have to write her checks for her. And her checks could be for like the milkman, it could be for the news, it could be anyone. So I now know how to write a check because of grandma. Now with a check, you have to sign it yourself. So can you imagine me, right? I've done the check, and I'm like, grandma, you need to sign the check. She's like, well, I can't. And I was like, I'm not gonna forge your signature because I don't want to get done and go to jail for forging my grandma. It's a whole thing. Grandma, just sign the bloody check. And she grabs the pen like this, and she's like, I'm like, oh bless you. Now she's 93, you know, her hands are kind of not how they used to be, but I do a lot of my grandma's like writing for her. Like for example, Christmas is coming up soon, and guess who wants about 20 cards written for her? I mean, this sounds terrible. Most of my grandma's friends have passed away, so God knows who she's writing the cards for, because most of them are no longer with us. And I know for a fact I'm going to write one for myself. I know for a fact I'm going to write one going, to live, Merry Christmas, love grandma. What's the point? I do it every single year. I've done it for about 3 years now, and it's the death of me, because she's just, ugh. I'll write it and she'll go, no, I don't like that at all. No, that sounds too miserable. I'm like, I'm putting Merry Christmas on a card. How can that sound miserable? The best part was my mum. It's funny, but not funny to me, because I was literally like, I could have murdered my mother. I'd write the cards out. I did about 30 cards for Brenda and Mildred and whoever they are, God bless them. And Mum forgot to post them. So all that time I was writing them thinking, oh well, at least I can know she's alive still, at least, you know, they can have a bit of conversation. She never posted them. So all these people that we've sent cards to probably think Grandma is dead now. But yeah, I know how to write a check. I went so off tangent then, oh my god. How to stop stressing over money. Now this one's hard because I feel like money is going to be a big stress regardless of, money's a big stress for anyone. I think money is really hard because you, like I said before, you might not be in a position to get a full-time job, you might not be in a position to get a part-time job. That's absolutely fine. You know, you need to, your mental health comes first. However, there are ways to budget, there are ways to save, there are ways to kind of cut back. It just depends on your lifestyle. I'm not going to tell you to save money if you can't afford anything, because it's just like, Liv, I can't afford bread, you want me to save 20 quid a month? Like, no. Do you know what I mean? It's really hard. I think, for me, the best way to stop stressing about money is not buy as much. And I don't mean clothes or makeup, I mean like cut back to the basics, like, you know, brands that, like, unbranded products. Do you know what I mean? Like, say for example, bleach, like you got the duck bleach. Tesco's own works just the same, you know. I think Aldi are a really good supermarket if you're not struggling with money, but if you want to kind of cut back a bit, because I do like, it's all unbranded, but it's great quality and it's for half the price. You do have to make some sacrifices. Obviously, if you can't afford the Netflix, I say goodbye. I know it's hard because Netflix is life. You know, YouTube is free. YouTube is free and it's got great content on there. If you get a smart meter, or if you check, for example, we rent and we always check the meter downstairs every month, because that way it helps keep track of the energy we're using, electricity or whatever, and it can save a bit of money, because normally on a tariff, I'm going to go really boring now, I apologise, it like estimates what you're using, and it could be more than what you're actually using, so you're paying more money. If you get a smart meter, it checks, you can save money just literally having one in your house. Oh, I actually have a question on that. Okay, how do you save money? Right, I always say it's best to save money the day you're being paid, because otherwise you look at your bank account and you think, I've got nothing left, how the hell can I save money? Say for example you earn £600 a month and your rent is £250. I don't know where you live, but rent's £250, your phone bill's £50, it's £300. Food, say it's £50 for the month if you're sharing, if you're with a partner, if you're, you know, with someone else. Even if you save £20 a month, at the end of the year you've got £240. That could be for Christmas time. That could be for towards a holiday. That could be for, you know, say come Christmas time your car breaks down, you can think, oh my god, I've saved that money. What I do, which is really good for me personally, is because I'm so crap with money, my mum has a savings account for me. Not that she puts in herself, but I put in for myself, if that makes sense. So say if I have a spare £20 here and there, which I never do, never happens, I wish, I will send to my mum, be like, can you put this in my pot for me for a rainy day? And she will. Because if I was to have it, my online banking now is so accessible. If I was to go on my banking and make a savings account, put my money in a savings account, I just think that's a brand new bag. Do you know? I'd waste it. If I can't see it, I forget about it, because I will forget about it, then I'm not spending it. Out of sight, out of mind. So if you can, if you've got a partner who is more, is better with money than you are, or you've got parents better with money than you are, best ways to budget once you've moved out. Now, I think I've mentioned most of these before, like prior to this question. It's all about balance, and I mean budgeting and balancing. So I'd say once all your rent's been paid, your bills have been paid, phone bill, electricity bill, water bill, council tax, full work has been paid. See, you've got the end of the month. What I do is divide it by how many weeks you've got left for the month to get paid again. For example, if you have £200 left and you've got 4 weeks till payday, that's £50, is it? I want to say £50. £50, oh, my maths is terrible. £50 for each week. And then I would break it down again. So you've got like, say, £20 to put towards a food shop, £10 to put towards a takeaway or something. But if you break it, what I tend to do is break it down and write it down, and then like put it into envelopes. And they'd be like, week 1, week 2, blah, blah, blah. That really helps me budget, because if I was to think, oh, £200, I'd blow it all in 1 hour. If I break it down, put it into envelopes and hide the envelopes, I'm not thinking, it's more like, okay, I've got £50 for this week, £50 for next week, so on, so on, so on. That helps me. Last question. Best ways to motivate yourself to clean. I feel like Mrs. Hinch has changed and revolutionised cleaning for all of us. Thank you, Mrs. Hinch. I find cleaning really therapeutic, because I find it's a classic phrase. I hate hearing it because I hear it all the time from my mum. Tidy room or tidy house equals tidy mind, and it is true. If you've got a lovely tidy house, it's almost like your mind's just decluttered. Like, I cleaned the bedroom today, and I just instantly feel better. Before, it was literally like piles of washing and piles of mess, and you just feel like, I have so much to do. If you break it down into, look, for example, I will always do clean on a Sunday because James is off. We do it together. Put some music on, and spend a good hour. Time yourself a good hour cleaning the area you need to clean, and I guarantee you'll feel a lot better afterwards, because I always do. So Flora is amazing for the sinks. For the sink, I put a little like capsule in a sinker full of hot water. Makes the whole house smell amazing. So yeah, thank you so much for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed my therapy Thursdays once again. My Instagram is selfloveliv. Drop me a DM on there, and I will see you. Oh, wait a minute! Like, subscribe, ding on that notification bell. Drop me a comment as well. I'd love to hear from you, and have a great day. Bye. Love you.